A secret rail network is being built right now that could kill the airline industry forever. We're talking about trains faster than planes, cheaper than buses, and more luxurious than 5-star hotels. But the truth behind this will shock you. Because this isn't happening in Europe or Asia. It's rising from the desert sands of the Middle East. And it's going to connect 6 countries, move 200 million people yearly, and completely reshape how we think about travel. Let me show you exactly how this happened. Picture this. 6 Gulf nations decided to build something impossible. The GCC High-Speed Rail network. Saudi Arabia, UAE, Qatar, Bahrain, Kuwait, and Oman are spending over $200 billion on this project. That's more than the GDP of entire countries. The plan? Connect all major cities from Kuwait City to Muscat with trains running at 220 miles per hour. Here's what nobody talks about. This isn't just about trains. It's about power, economic dominance, and completely destroying the regional airline monopoly that's made billions off short flights. Right now, flying from Dubai to Riyadh takes 2 hours and costs $300. Soon, a train will do it in under 4 hours for $70. With Wi-Fi, restaurants, and sleeping pods. The Gulf states saw what China did with high-speed rail. They watched Europe connect its economies. And they said, we're doing this bigger. Now here's where things get really interesting. This rail network isn't being built on normal ground. It's being constructed across some of the harshest desert terrain on Earth. Temperatures hit 130 degrees Fahrenheit. Sandstorms can bury equipment overnight. The engineers had to invent completely new technology just to lay tracks that won't buckle in extreme heat. But here's the crazy part. They're building entire underground stations in the middle of nowhere. Secret stops that don't appear on any public maps yet. Sources suggest these stations are designed for future expansion. Think about it. What if this network eventually connects to Egypt, Turkey, even Europe through underwater tunnels? The numbers are insane. Over 1,200 miles of track. 35 stations. Some stations bigger than airports. The King Abdulaziz International Station in Jeddah will handle 50 million passengers per year. That's more than most major airports. And every single station is being designed as a mini-city. Hotels, shopping malls, business centers. You could literally live in one of these stations. But if you think that's crazy, wait until you hear this. The real game isn't just passenger transport. It's cargo. Nobody's talking about this, but the GCC rail is designed to move freight at speeds that make traditional shipping look prehistoric. Right now, moving goods from Saudi Arabia to Oman takes 3 days by truck. This rail network will do it in 8 hours. According to industry insiders, the Gulf states are planning to become the logistics hub of the entire world. They're positioning themselves right between Asia, Europe, and Africa. Imagine containers from China arriving in Dubai, then shooting across the Gulf network to reach European markets faster than any sea route. This completely bypasses the Suez Canal. But here's where it gets wild. The trains themselves are next level. We're not talking about normal rail cars. These are magnetic levitation hybrids. Some sections reportedly use Japanese maglev technology that lets trains float on magnetic fields. Zero friction. Insane speed. And almost completely silent. The luxury carriages are designed to compete with private jets. Think like flatbeds, personal chefs, conference rooms, and entertainment systems better than first-class airlines. The Saudi government alone is investing $60 billion just in train manufacturing facilities. They're not buying trains from other countries. They're building their own industry from scratch. Creating jobs. Building expertise. This brings us to the most shocking discovery of all. This entire project is designed to make oil-dependent economies survive without oil. Let me explain. The Gulf states know fossil fuels won't last forever. They've been preparing for decades. And this rail network is the centerpiece of their economic transformation. Here's what's really happening. Saudi Arabia's Vision 2030 plan isn't just about building trains. It's about building the infrastructure for a post-oil world. The rail network connects to Neom, the $500 billion futuristic city being built from nothing. It connects to the Red Sea project, a luxury tourism development bigger than Belgium. It links every major business district, every free trade zone, every future tech hub across 6 countries. The hidden strategy is brilliant. Once this network is complete, the Gulf becomes the fastest connected region on Earth. Businesses will move there because logistics become effortless. Tourists will choose trains over flights because it's cheaper and more comfortable. And regional trade explodes because moving goods becomes almost free compared to now. But wait, there's more. The environmental angle is genius marketing. These trains run on renewable energy. Solar farms across the desert power the entire network. The Gulf states get to claim their green leaders while actually just securing their economic future. Airlines are terrified because they can't compete. A flight produces 50 times more carbon than a train trip. Governments worldwide are starting to prefer rail for climate goals. So what does all this mean for us today? First, air travel in the Middle East is about to change forever. Regional airlines like Fly Dubai and Saudi Arabian Airlines are already pivoting. They're cutting short-haul routes and focusing on long-distance international flights. Because they know, once this rail opens, nobody's flying between Gulf cities anymore. Second, real estate values are exploding near planned stations. Investors who bought property 3 years ago near future rail stops have seen values triple. Normal people who live in cities along the route will see their job markets boom. Remote villages are becoming connected economic zones overnight. Third, this creates a blueprint other regions will copy. East Africa is already planning a similar network. Southeast Asia is watching closely. Even parts of South America are studying this model. The age of disconnected nations is ending. Rail networks create economic zones that act like single countries. For young professionals, this means opportunity. The construction phase alone needs 500,000 workers. Engineers, project managers, hospitality experts, tech specialists. And that's just the build. Operating this network will employ millions permanently. But here's the catch. Traditional airlines aren't going down without a fight. Emirates, Qatar Airways, and Etihad are lobbying governments hard. They're offering discount routes, building new airport terminals, and investing in faster planes. The competition is creating a golden age for travelers. Prices are dropping across the board. Before we wrap up, there's one final thing you need to know. The completion date keeps getting pushed back. Originally scheduled for 2023, now it's reportedly delayed until 2030 or beyond. And here's why nobody's talking about it. Political tensions between Gulf states keep stalling progress. Qatar and Saudi Arabia had a major diplomatic crisis. Kuwait and UAE have border disputes. Bahrain has economic struggles. The dirty secret is this might never fully complete as originally planned. Sections might open. Individual countries might connect 2 or 3 cities. But the grand vision of one unified network across 6 countries? That requires political unity that doesn't exist yet. However, even partial completion changes everything. The Saudi-UAE connection alone would be transformative. Just linking Riyadh, Jeddah, and Dubai creates a megacity corridor with a combined population of 30 million people. That's enough to reshape the region's economy. The rail network is both real and a dream. Parts are being built right now. Other parts exist only in presentations. But the impact is already happening. If this opened your eyes, you need to see what comes next. Let's recap what we just uncovered. A $200 billion rail network is being built across the Gulf that could end regional air travel. It's designed with secret stations for future expansion, uses magnetic levitation technology, and runs entirely on solar power. The real goal isn't just transportation. It's economic survival in a post-oil world. And the completion is uncertain due to political tensions, but even partial networks will transform the region forever. If this story fascinated you, smash that subscribe button because we're diving into mega projects nobody else covers. Next video, I'm exposing the underwater city being built off the coast of Japan that makes this look small. Drop a comment and tell me, would you take a luxury train over a flight if it cost half the price? Let's discuss because this is just the beginning of the transport revolution. See you in the next one.